Hi, we're Nat and Mew. When we're not sharing our daily life in Shanghai, China, we are off seeking adventures in this beautiful country. In this series, we head to China's southernmost point, Hainan province, as we explore Sanya, the Hawaii of China. In this long episode, we'll be exploring the tropical beaches, crossing the rainforest on suspension bridges, walking the rural towns, and eating our way through paradise. Welcome to Sanya. Hainan is a volcanic island in the south of China, famous for its white beaches and delicious seafood. It's only a 3.5-hour flight from Shanghai to Sanya, which meant getting an early start on a chilly January morning. We couldn't check into our hotel for a few more hours, so we got the bus from Phoenix Airport to Sanya Bay. You can get bus 8 or 27 and it costs 2 RMB each, so nice and cheap. Mew's currently looking for something to eat where we should go. We decided to cross the road and head to the beach to enjoy some sunshine and warmth finally, and to order some food to where we were sat. So we ordered lunch to the beach on Meituan. This is one thing I love about China, is you can order food anywhere. Bon appetit! I found a wild boyfriend. Will he attack me? So we're sat on the beach under some beautiful coconut trees, and I'd seen some fallen ones around, and Mew just said, oh yeah, lots of people in Sanya die because, you know, the coconut falls on their head. And now I'm sat directly under this coconut tree with lots of coconuts on, and I'm scared it's gonna land on my head. Thanks, Mew. I'm sitting away from the waves because there are so many baby crabs near the water, and to me they're just like spiders, but that pinch you. So I'm avoiding that, and I just went straight down, like 10-second walk to the water, and I had 4 hawkers try and get me to buy stuff or take photos of me or try and get me on a jet ski. It's just not as enjoyable. I think it's because I wasn't with Mew, I was by myself. But it takes the fun out of things when you have to keep saying no, 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 no. But this is Sanya Bay, so this is quite busy. Maybe somewhere else it'll be okay. Have 24-hour little libraries just by the side of the road. Cute! We then got a taxi to our hotel, which is the Crowne Plaza at Sanya city centre. It was beautiful. Sanya and the surrounding beaches are full of resort hotels, and this helps to add to the Hawaii feel of Sanya. So we are at the Crowne Plaza. Let's have a look. We have a lovely vanity, is so big. And then the toilet with a phone, just, you know, in case you get bored. Then here we have a beautiful big shower, a bath, and I believe this curtain can be controlled. So if you want to shower in peace, or if you want your guests to see you. Talking of guests, hello, we have a beautiful big bed, a lounge chair, a desk, TV, and possibly the best part, my gorgeous boyfriend Mew, and our balcony with a beautiful view of Sanya. Not a bad room. Ah, wonderful. And there's a ceiling fan for when it gets too hot. After freshening up and having a little rest, we decided to head to a local mountain to see some views of Sanya and hopefully the sunset. This is Linchunling Forest Park and it has free entry. I probably should have done some more research because there were about 1 million steps to get to the top. This hike is very tiring. I recommend coming in the evening when it's not so hot. We eventually reached the top where there is a beautiful pagoda to show the views of Sanya. Unfortunately, we missed the sunset, but I don't regret it because it was very hot. We made it to the top of the watchtower, and yes, it is worth it. We were a little bit late and missed the sunset, but it's beautiful. After the hike, we'd worked up quite an appetite. This is supposed to be a really good coconut chicken hot pot. The next day we went to pick up the car that we had hired. This BMW was Mew's choice, but I think the candy floss colours were probably mine. Mew, where are we?
大小洞天.
And what's there to do here?
Just take pics of, you know, some nice views.
Cool. very big and has lots of scenic spots. It is free entry, but if you want to take some pictures in certain areas, you will have to pay. I think it's around 20 RMB for 5 minutes. We didn't do that, but that is an option. You can also rent little cars, little buggies to take you around the area. Now going to do the mountain karting, the flying car I think it's called. It was an interesting way to get up here. I didn't film any of it because I thought I'd drop my phone down the mountain, but we're quite high up. The karting was great fun, but only lasted around 40 seconds, which for us was not worth the price. The biggest sign that we're in rural China? Cows in the road. Wanting the smell of the sea since we arrived, and now we can smell it. Smell the seafood, can smell the fish. I think she's quite happy. Mew, where are we?
Tianya town.
Yeah, so this is, they also have Tianya Haijiao, which is like the big round boulders on the beach, but you have to pay for it. So for me, it's not worth it because we already had a look at some today. But the town itself is a small kind of fishing town.
Yeah.
It smells like fish. It's very small, quaint, and it has that kind of small town feel.
To be honest, there's nothing you can really do here, but if you just want the views or like sea activities, there were still like a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
And I think we found a really nice cafe, which is Greek style, and the view is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, I would recommend that, but apart from that, I mean, you know.
So hopefully we'll go there for sunset. The sun will set in about an hour, and we should have a good view of that from the Greek place. I think it's called Nata Cafe, Nata Coffee, something like that. But yeah, there are sea sports here. There are people, I don't know what they're doing. I'll show you. There are people on like bodyboards with motors going round in circles. Not really sure what it is. And wedding photo shoots, as always. beer lady in Shanghai. It's called beer park. So you get your basket. Where's our basket? And then you choose the drinks that you want, and then you pay for them, and then you open them yourself, and things like that. But these are the non-alcoholic ones, and then everything else is pretty much just beer. To YaLong Bay tropical paradise rainforest. This is a very popular tourist destination, so make sure you arrive early because we queued for hours to get in and get the bus up to the top. It's incredibly busy here. Off season is from May to October, so I suggest coming then, and then it won't be as busy because we've been queued for like an hour and a half, and it's not enjoyable when it's that busy. This is the famous Dragon Rope Bridge. It is very high up, and if the person in front of you wobbles the bridge, you can feel it. So, if you're scared of heights like me, maybe skip this one. Then got back on the buggy bus to Peak Point, the very top of the mountain, to get something to eat and see what activities they had up there. Mimi bought me ice cream! Don't go up to the top expecting gourmet food. Everything is expensive and there wasn't much flavour to our noodles. Peak Point doesn't just have restaurants, it also has thrilling adventures such as the Rainbow Bridge rafting. This experience takes you down a glass slide all the way from Peak Point back down to the bottom of the mountain. The corners on this slide were fast and terrifying, but I'm so glad we did it. It was my favourite part of the park.
as golden hour approached, we headed back to the car and wanted to embark on one of the road trips that Sanya is famous for. Sanya is also known as a hub for supercars. Here you can hire Lamborghinis, Ferraris and McLarens for just one day, although this is way beyond our budget. From this vantage point, you can see the beautiful, secluded and private beaches of the Park Hyatt Resort and the Andaz Resort. If you want to stay here and have access to this stunning paradise, it will cost you at least 23,000 RMB per night. Maybe next time, eh Mew? As a car fanatic, this drive was Mew's highlight of our whole Sanya trip. The view of YaLong Bay in the distance had us heading there for sunset. YaLong Bay Beach is described as the best beach in Sanya. With miles of white sand and designated swimming spots, it's a must visit for travellers and locals. Just steps away from the beach is a wonderful food street where you can find restaurants, souvenirs and other retailers. This area is bursting with life in the evening. We were recommended this seafood restaurant. However, for 3 simple dishes and bowls of rice, it costs over 400 RMB, which is £50 and a little bit steep for what the food was. Still hungry after the meal, we headed out for dessert.
What did you get, Mew?
It's called a Qingbuliang.
Qingbuliang, and what's in there?
A lot of like different types of fruits.
Is that watermelon?
Yeah, watermelon, you know, melon, corns, some like dragon fruit, some other bits.
And what's the base? Is that like a yogurty type thing or like
No,
a...
coconut.
Coconut?
Yeah.
Coconut milk. Nice.
The next morning, we headed out to Hainan's ultimate tropical paradise, Wuzhizhou Island.
So Mew, where are we?
Wuzhizhou Island.
Yeah, so we're getting the ferry across. There was a long queue and it was 288 kwai for the 2 of us, so not too bad.
This ferry ride was quite rocky, so if you're prone to seasickness, I recommend taking some seasickness tablets before getting on.
Yo, what's up?
You can tell we're on holiday when Mew brings out the Hawaiian shirt. What'd you get?
A coconut.
A coconut to drink?
tourists and the resort feel, Wuzhizhou Island is very peaceful and serene, with green areas, animals, and also some of the best beaches I have seen in China. Enough of the green and trees, let's explore what we came here for, the beaches.
The beach is actually coral. My dress is wet too.
For lunch, we headed to a cabin-style restaurant. The food was delicious and reasonably priced considering that this area is so full of tourists. My number one tip is to buy your drinks from the vending machine rather than the restaurant and save yourself some pennies. The island is surrounded by coral reefs, which gives the white corally beaches and the beautiful blue sea. Even though there were many tourists on the island, there were still stretches of beach without a single tourist on them. Beware though, you cannot swim in the water since there are strong currents and you don't want to damage the coral reefs. I was so excited to see flamingos on the island. I think these birds are so beautiful.
We are at Feast. So Mew, is that a strawberry ice cream? And then I've got one with chocolate on, but I already dribbled it.
After our ice cream, it was heading on towards 5 p.m. The island closes between 5 and 7 p.m. depending on the season, so we had to say goodbye to the beautiful Wuzhizhou Island. We spent the rest of the evening sat beside the pool of the hotel, eating skewers and enjoying our last evening with Josh and Venus before they headed back to Shanghai. The sun rose around 7 a.m. in Sanya, which meant it was early enough for me to see. We took a slow morning before heading to a restaurant called South South for lunch.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
This is the appetizer.
Appetizer.
Yes.
Appetizer for today's meal.
Speaking of appetizers in today's meal, this restaurant had a wide selection of foods on their menu and some reasonably priced drinks. I spent the first half of the meal trying to convince Mew that these hand towels were marshmallows.
Is that marshmallow?
The restaurant provided filtered lemon water, but I also ordered a mango and passion fruit mojito, and here we had some 3 cut fries, although there were actually only 2 different fries in this basket.
Chinese version fish and chips.
Yeah, Chinese fish and chips. Do you think it'll be good?
I don't know.
大家不要一个爆头。
好吃吗？ Very nice. Hainan is famous for its seafood, which means it often has fresh seafood like this. Is this octopus or squid?
Octopus.
Oh my goodness. It's kind of cute though.
I opted for the pineapple grilled chicken salad since it was a warm day and I didn't want anything too warm or filling. I enjoyed the food and the dining experience, so I definitely recommend this restaurant, South South. In the evening, Mew and I headed to the most famous Western bar in Sanya, Dolphin Western Bar and Grill. Surprisingly, this was the first time I saw other foreigners and Westerners whilst in Sanya.
You got the lamb chop. And these are our drinks. Fajita. And then we have German sausages with cheese. And then the loaded fries.
This was the most delicious Western food I have had in China. If you are in Sanya, please go to Dolphin. Today is our last day in Hainan, so we headed to DaDongHai Beach for some final ocean views and sunshine. To go to the Shashab restaurant and bar for lunch or for drinks or something, but we're not going there because you have to pay between 500 and 1,500 kwai, which is like at least £60 just to get in as a service charge. It's ridiculous. Because there wasn't much shade and nowhere to buy drinks, we headed to the marina to head to LL Coffee. So you got blueberry and I got strawberry. Cheers! our time in Sanya comes to a close, I am so grateful for the warm memories we have made and hope to visit some more of this beautiful province in future.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. See you next time.